Right, okay, we're in Blackpool, and it was a place that used to come when we were kids, and in between for stag nights, things like that, or for a bit of a party. It was a go-to place. You can see the tower through the mist, maybe just. And we've got the fair down that way. We're actually on the front here. The new Lord's Hotel, closed, shuttered. Next to that, the same. And going through the town, it was quite sad. And just before the town, because there was litter everywhere in some of the streets and things like that, and it's not a poor thing to be littering, it's just a nature. But yeah, it's quite sad. It seems to be continually going downhill, but surely a place like this, they should be able to pick up. But anyway, we're here and we're at the Yorkshire Fisheries at 4.8 with over 2,000 ratings on Google. It's the oldest chippy in Blackpool, something like 1907. So what we've got here is a fish cake, which they make in-house. I'm going to cut that in half. It's got plenty going on. The batter's not doughy, it's just not very crispy, to be honest with you. But then again, that's probably a lot to do with these fish cakes because they are quite moist. But that's really nice. It's a good texture. Got a bit of greenery going on in here. And it's put together with coriander and cumin. Right, okay, we've got their tartar sauce. A lot of the stuff, unfortunately, I wanted to try the plate pies, which is the pie being cooked on like a large tin or a large plate, and you get slices of it. But it was made elsewhere, and really I'm only interested in a lot of stuff that's made in-house, like that pies especially. It's a very unusual construction here. Oh, quite delicious. It kind of reminds me more of a Thousand Island type seafood sauce. Let's try their peas. And that was a large, by the way. This is just a standard mushy peas. Well, the consistency's nice. And they're red hot. Yeah, not too much going on, like you get some that overdo it with all kinds of things in there. But no, it's quite plain, but not too plain. Not like you get out of a tin plain. Unless they've touched it up somehow, but no, quite nice. Lastly, we've got their cod, and I've asked for it to be put on a bed of cheesy chips. There's something about cheese and fish, cheese and cod especially. Okay, the batter. It's got that distinctive chippy taste. You know, when you approach a chippy, you can smell it. The batter's okay. Let's try a bit of this fish from the thick end, this cod. Yeah, it's quite flaky. Goes well with the tartar sauce. It's not life-changing. It's actually quite nice. Let's try these cheesy chips. Now, it looks like cheddar cheese. It's very mild. Not a lot of flavour to the cheese. Maybe something like a mature cheddar would go better with it. I think something with a bit of flavour, a bit of a bite to it. But then I understand that a lot of young people, kids and that, don't like that kind of thing. And, you know, I suppose they've got to cater for everyone at the same time. But for me personally, so I'd have to say, it's quite a decent food. What it's like to eat in, I have no idea. But everywhere was clean inside. The toilets were clean. Because my wife checked those, she checks the restaurants if there is one, and which there is, quite a big one. Yeah, the place looked, other than the takeaway side of things, looked a little bit tired. But then again, if it's getting that kind of traffic, and especially through the summer season, having said that, and you've probably seen in the camera, there's not a lot of people about today. It's midweek, the weather's quite mild, it's not raining or anything, but there's just no one around. You can actually count the people. But yeah, I mean, it's still early season, and no doubt it'll get busy. Yeah, but it was nice to come up here, nice drive. This was vegetable oil. There's nothing wrong with. There's nothing wrong with palm oil. There's nothing wrong with vegetable oil. As long as it's all sustainable, it's all good. I've had some, in fact, I've had the best chips from palm oil and the best fish. On the way up here, there was all signs saying home of Nigel the Seagull. Now, I'm going to have to look that up because I've no idea what Nigel the Seagull is. It's obviously some sort of mascot or something for Blackpool in some way. But it did look like my seagull. It did look like this one. Right, okay, we'll go back to the computer. We'll look at a bad review, somewhere in between, good review, and then my review. So we'll see you there. So as you can see by that, it was really nice food. We enjoyed it. It was tasty. It was well presented. Yeah, if you're out that way, if you're in Blackpool, get yourself in there, have some of the food. You can sit down. There's toilets in there. And yeah, no doubt you'll have a great meal. Let's have a look at some of these reviews. 1 star. I was recommended to go here. Went today, got standard cod and half chips. The standard fish was a joke. Very small for a standard fish. I've never had a cod so dry in my life. It didn't even look flaky, which makes me think it wasn't cod, especially fresh cod. My wife left most of her chips. They were sharp and hard, but her plate pie was just okay. I was very disappointed with what we were charged for what we got. A response from the owner. I'm very sorry to read your review, but I'm even more sorry that you did not express your views when asked in the restaurant if you were happy. It would have given me an opportunity to make your visit more enjoyable. As it stands, all I can do is respond to your review and apologise for your disappointment. For your information, our cod is filleted daily to a standard 220 to 240 grams weight, which the majority of our customers find to be ample, and I would like to reassure you that it was definitely cod. It's nice when you get a response from the owners too, because a lot of them, in a lot of places, they don't respond, they don't even give it a thumbs up onto good reviews or anything. They respond to good, they respond to bad. That's what I like to see. 3 star. Reasonable fish and chips, just a little expensive. Response from the owner. I am glad you enjoyed your meal, and although you may have found it expensive, we prefer to continue to buy quality ingredients to maintain our standards. 5 star. First time visiting, and it's safe to say I will be back. Food is excellent, the staff are friendly and very reasonably priced. And that curry sauce is amazing. Well done to everyone at Yorkshire Fisheries. Response from the owner. Thank you for taking the time to write your review. It's great to read that you will be returning, and we look forward to welcoming you back. Mine. 4 star. One of the most highly rated fish and chip shops in Blackpool. Was definitely worth a visit. Parking directly outside was a bit challenging, but there's a large multi-storey car park at the back, as well as a spacious pay and display car park. The shop is nicely presented, quite tidy and clean. The staff were very friendly, polite and helpful. Cod was flavoursome, encased in a light batter. The cheese on the cheesy chips was very mild, yet the chips themselves were scrumptious. The tartar sauce was creamy and delightful, as was the fish cake, freshly made on the premises. Cooking in, vegetable oil, hygiene rating 5, card or cash, fish reviewed, cod. Get yourself over there if you're in Blackpool. I would say this is a great chippy to go and sit down and have a nice meal. Get out of the sun or the rain or whatever it might be at the time, snow, hail, thunderstorms, God knows what. And that's just in one day. That's the typical British weather. So yeah, see you on the next one. This is a brand new channel for 2024. So if you like this video, subscribe, share it, like it, hit the notification bell. And if you have any recommendations in your area, put them in the comments. Thank you.